this is probably the best deep research tool I've encountered. It's way better than Perplexity, and I'm very excited to share it with you guys. In this short video, we will go over what is Google Deep Research, and then I will share with you 4 different use cases that I've used the capabilities of Google Deep Research. The results are nothing short of amazing, and this is very powerful, and I highly recommend that you stick to the end because I think it can be valuable whether you're a business person, you're doing marketing, sales, or even if you're a student. So let's get started. What is Google Deep Research? Let's just read the blog post that was published by the Google team. Google Deep Research is your personal AI research assistant, which is here to help. So as we all know, doing research online isn't always easy. Imagine you're a graduate student preparing for your upcoming robotics presentation. You want to get smart on autonomous vehicle sensor trends and understand how different technologies stack up along with what's on the horizon. A project like this might take hours of research and cross-referencing a sea of open tabs. That is if you can even find the link you put somewhere. Under your supervision, Deep Research does the hard work for you. After you enter your question, it creates multi-step research plan for you either to revise or approve. Once you approve, it begins deeply analyzing relevant information from across the web on your behalf. So we've seen kind of similar solutions to this. There was a solution, I think it was called Storm by the Stanford team. There is Perplexity, which does somewhat of research, but it's pretty shallow. And there are different agentic frameworks that offer somewhat of a deep research. But Google Gemini is now equipped with this deep research capability, which is really way, way better. Let me show you how it looks like. Just before I elaborate and give you the examples, bear in mind that this costs money. I think it's about $20 per month. The first 30 days are free, so you can just mess around with the tool for free, see if it's relevant for you, and then decide whether or not you want to keep paying. For me, it seems very significant. Let me show you a few examples. So this is how it looks like. You come here to the Gemini Advanced, and then you select this model, 1.5 Pro with Deep Research. Now, what you do here, you basically tell it what you want to research. So this is a very simplistic prompt. Research information about Google Deep Research and give me use cases. So then it went ahead and found, first of all, it gave me like a plan, which you can see here. Research information about Google Deep Research and give me use cases. So first, find the website of Google Deep Research. Then find news articles and blog posts about Google Deep Research. Then find research papers published by Google Deep Research. Then find information about the different research areas that Google Deep Research focuses on. Then find information about specific projects, etc., as you can see. And then it analyzes the results and it creates the report. Let's open the report. You can open it here. So Google DeepMind pioneering the future of AI. So just very, very deep research about this. So use cases of Google DeepMind. So healthcare applications, scientific research applications, applications in energy and sustainability, applications in other industries such as gaming, robotics, etc. So this was just a shallow examples. And let me give you, in the meantime, more interesting examples. So one example that I did, I asked it to research most promising verticals in the AI agent space. And just before I dive into this, I just want to show you the full flow. So I need your help with researching different open source AI agent frameworks. Just as an example, and you will see it's going to generate a plan. After I approve the plan, it's going to list many websites that is going to visit. So you can see here it's starting the research. The research takes a few minutes. It can take, I don't know, it took me 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It really depends. But as you can see here, it's just going to expand the list with many different websites and resources from all over that are related to open source agentic frameworks. So archive, GitHub, blog posts, ton of resources. Okay, so we covered this. I showed you how it looks like. Now let me share with you a few examples. So the first example is the AI agent verticals, which I have here. So this is the research, like the final piece of research. AI agents identifying the most promising verticals. So it gives us an overview of what is AI, understanding what are AI agents. Here it created this table on its own. I didn't even like this comparison table. I didn't even ask it to do so. So feature AI agents versus traditional AI systems. So autonomy high versus autonomy low, learning continuous versus limited learning, decision making independent versus rule based, goal orientation, so goal driven versus task specific, etc. Then it tells us what tells us exactly what AI agents can leverage, how they function, so they perceive the environment, then the process input data, then they move forward for decision making. Different types of AI agents, so conversational AI agents, data analysis agents, personal assistants, image recognition, video analysis agents, autonomous vehicle agents, creative task and content generation agents, etc. Then it elaborates about potential applications of AI agents. So the most obvious is customer support, healthcare, then finance related, then cybersecurity related, software development related, education related, robotics and automation, and supply chain management. Then it went ahead and shared some real world applications of AI agents. So kind of similar software development, education, finance, etc. Let's move on. Then AI agents and human computer interaction. So market size and growth projections, which was interesting. So it shows us trends based on different resources, and it also gives us the reference to the resource. Then it shares the major players and startups. So Google DeepMind, IBM Watson, Microsoft Azure, AWS, NVIDIA, OpenAI, Meta, and Apple related startups. Then it shares challenges and technological advancements related, so lack of transparency, lack of accountability, maintaining accuracy and preventing compounding errors, lack of established patterns and best practices because it's a new thing, governance issue and risk of harm. Then it gives us like the bottom line, a conclusion. So this was very valuable and very fast. And here we can see all the work that is cited, as you can see here. And it took me like 5 minutes. So this was one example. Another example is basically here I asked the follow-up questions, but I don't want to share it with you. I mean, I don't mind sharing it with you, but I have a different use case that I think is more interesting, in which I asked many follow-up questions and I think it's more relevant. So let's move on to that. But before we do, I forgot to do it during the video, like at the beginning. But let's see the impact now. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet and you're still here, so this means that you're interested in AI agents, AI coding assistants, or automations related to AI. So I ask you, if you're interested, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That would be cool. And now going back to the video. So what I did here is more of a business use case. And I wanted Google Gemini to research myself, my entity, and pitch a rebranding service to Yaron Been, find information about Yaron Been. So it created a plan. And the reason why I did this because it's very easy for me to validate whether it's bluffing or whether it's hallucinating or is the content and the data is accurate. So we started the research. Initially, it stacked up like a lot of websites. Some of them were like YouTube videos. on my channel, some more YouTube videos and podcast appearances that I did. It mentioned my book on Amazon, but some resources were related to other Yarons. So there are different Yaron. Yaron is a common name in Israel. So although Yaron Been is not so common, but it also researched people that their first name was Yaron, but they are not me. So I was kind of concerned that it's going to be bring me a lot of fluff. But eventually, the research was pretty accurate. So this is the research, and I validated it, and like I read through, and there were no BS. So probably it cross-referenced the data, and anything that isn't really related to me, it just removed from the summary. So let's just briefly go over this. So this business intelligence report provided a detailed analysis of Yaron Been and EcomXFactor to inform a potential rebranding services pitch. It covers Yaron Been's background, his company activities, potential corporations, potential opportunities for rebranding. So it shared information about what I did. It probably scraped my LinkedIn, listened to a few of my podcasts. Then it shared like key insight. Yaron blends a unique blend of engineering background and marketing expertise, positions him as a strategic thinker with a data-driven approach to e-commerce growth. Then it shared some rebranding opportunities based on my website, which is very cool. And then it shared some contact information. Mentor Cruise is a platform for mentors in which I give free advice, and my website. Now, I wanted to ask it some follow-up questions. So initially I asked it, can you find my email? And it couldn't. But then I asked him, which was a shame because obviously my email is available online, for example, in my YouTube channel. But all good, let's not be judgmental because the rest of the results were pretty mind-blowing. So I asked it to help me write a short cold email pitching this rebranding, and I wanted it to share insights that make it obvious that we did a deep research, and this is not like a generic automation that personalizes the first name and the website name with a dynamic field. So, dear Yaron, my name is whatever, and I'm reaching out from whatever, a leading brand strategy firm. We specialize in helping businesses like EcomXFactor achieve exponential growth through strategic rebranding. We've been following your work with great interest, particularly your innovating approach to conversion rate optimization and guerrilla marketing tactics. Your background in industrial engineering combined with your deep understanding of e-commerce landscape truly sets you apart. However, in today's dynamic digital world, a brand's online presence is paramount. We believe EcomXFactor current branding may not fully capture the essence of your data-driven approach and the unique value you offer. We've conducted extensive research on EcomXFactor, delving into your target audience, blah, blah, blah. Our analysis suggests that a refreshed brand identity, this is kind of generic. We understand the importance of connecting financial outcomes to account wins, especially for paid ad agencies. A rebranding strategy that clearly communicates the measurable. So this is something that I really like that they mentioned because I often speak about misalignment of incentives. So probably they picked it up during one of the podcasts. And then there was this call to action, and it shared like resources. Then I asked it to share 3 facts or quotes from my YouTube videos or podcast appearances, just to make sure that, assuming that I get this pitch, I know that it's someone that actually followed me. So then it picked up different quotes. So this quote, traditions are the most challenging. Probably, I think I mentioned it during one of my podcast appearances. Spoke about when my wife and I embarked on a digital nomadism journey, which was already 5 years ago. Then it gave the anecdote of Yaron invested over $30 million in Facebook ads and built business automations for various businesses. This is also correct. And Yaron believes in tracking everything. This is also pretty correct. Yeah, I mean, I mentioned this. So I asked it to incorporate into the pitch, make sure to show the source so he knows we're not bluffing. And then it incorporated this into the pitch. Now I said, by the way, just debriefing, or I mean maybe just clarifying. So far, these results are pretty mind-blowing in my opinion, because I'm being bombarded on a daily basis with cold email. And some people, they do the extra mile and they create like this generic automation. But never I saw like a very deep and thoughtful research when anyone pitched to me. And what we have here already sets you apart, because this is already, some might say it's too long and it wouldn't capture my attention. But on the other hand, if it does, it would capture my attention, and this can be done programmatically, obviously, to many prospects. For those who do have time and do read the longer versions, it's quite obvious, or at least it comes across as if someone invested time and effort in the research, and this probably is going to increase the likelihood of getting a response. Now, what I asked it next is to assume that Yaron hops on a sales call with us, and I asked it to list 5 objections that Yaron might have, and then suggest 3 different icebreakers that might be relevant and might break the ice in the conversation with Yaron. And then I asked it to share ideas and quotes that if I drop as a salesperson during the conversation, Yaron is going to be impressed, and this will build my rapport. So it just shared different objections. So assuming Yaron's objections is, I'm not sure rebranding is a priority right now, so it prepared upfront an objection. We understand that. However, consider this: in a competitive market, a strong brand can be a key differentiator. Rebranding can help you attract more high-value clients, increase your market share, blah, blah, blah. This is pretty generic. But still, it's very useful to have all these objections ready to go, and also the rebuttal for the objections. The thing I liked more is the icebreakers. So here are 3 icebreakers to start conversation and build rapport with Yaron. The first one: Yaron, we really admire your commitment to mentorship and giving back to the entrepreneurial community through Mentor Cruise. It speaks volumes about your values and dedication to helping others. And then it mentions, this shows you've done research and appreciate his efforts beyond just his business. Another icebreaker alternative is, we were particularly intrigued by your experience as a digital nomad. How has that unique perspective shaped your approach to e-commerce and business growth? So this connects with his personal journey and invites him to share his story. And the next icebreaker is, your background in industrial engineering is fascinating. How do you see the analytical mindset influencing your marketing strategies and the success of EcomXFactor? And this acknowledges his unique background and its relevance to his business. Now, ideas and quotes to impress. The first one: we believe in a data-driven approach to rebranding, just like your philosophy of tracking is everything in marketing. Another alternative is, as you said, transitions are the most challenging. We'll ensure a smooth and seamless rebranding process with minimal disruption to your business. I love it. And our goal is to help EcomXFactor achieve exponential growth, reflecting your own journey of scaling an e-commerce stores to 7 figures in revenue. And that's pretty much it. Let's see on the fly if it can generate anything else. Can you give me a few more anecdotes or things that I can say during the sales call that might impress Yaron? Perhaps something funny or something a bit more personal? By the way, I'm using the native solution by Windows in order to generate this speech to text. Just hit the Windows and H button and you can use this. It works pretty well. Let's see what it generates. And it's very powerful because this is all based on a very, very thorough and deep research about your prospect, which again, it can be done programmatically. So let's say you have 10 different prospects, highly relevant for ABM, account-based marketing, but to be honest, can also be relevant for other types of sales because you can do this programmatically. So relate to digital nomad experience. Yaron, we're really interested in to learn about your experience as a digital nomad. We have a few team members who have embraced that lifestyle as well, and we've don't love that. Show appreciation for his mentorship, kind of similar to what we did, to what we discussed before. And again, let's see here, connect with his interest in AI automation. Nothing new. Let's see, inject humor. We noticed you're a fan of Stoic philosophy. Amazing. I didn't know that he it's interesting that he picked it up because it's not as if I mentioned it so often. Maybe we can help you rebrand EcomXFactor with a logo that features a stoic looking cartoon Spartan warrior. Just kidding, of course. But on a serious note, we believe your interest in Stoicism reflects your disciplined and analytical approach to business, which we admire. That's very nice. I really liked it. Share a relevant personal anecdote. Yaron, your story about overcoming obstacles and scaling your e-commerce store to 7 figures revenue is truly inspiring. It reminds me of a time when our company faced a similar challenge. Not so interesting, but it's okay. Let's see something else. Can you provide a few more examples? And also, please write 2 different follow-up emails, assuming that Yaron doesn't answer our initial email. The second one should be very short and with the third one, very well researched. The call to action should be an invitation to share a short video about missed opportunities. And at the end, also add the phrase saying that if you're not interested in hearing more from us, please just write unsubscribe. Let's see what it picks. As you can see, I'm just using this model as a companion or a copywriting assistant or a sparring partner. But I feel it's very valuable because I really feel that it did do a ton of research and it knows me better than when I use, let's say, OpenAI and I provided some context about myself. Let's say I scraped the website of the prospect and then I provided it as context. I don't feel that the context in other solutions is as deep and as broad as the context provided here by Google Deep Research. Let's see more anecdotes. Acknowledge his military background. Also very interesting that it picked it up. Yaron, your experience serving in the Israeli Special Forces as a search and rescue operator is truly remarkable. We have immense respect for your dedication and courage. Interesting. Share relevant industry insight. Use humor to address potential concerns. Yaron, we know that rebranding can sometimes feel like a leap of faith. It's like trying a new hairstyle. You hope it will make you look amazing, but there's always a slight fear that you might end up with a mullet. Not so related, but okay. Let's see a genuine compliment. Yaron, we've been watching your YouTube videos and we're really impressed by your ability to explain complex marketing concepts in a clear and engaging way. You have another, okay. Let's see follow-up emails and after this we will conclude the video. Still thinking about EcomXFactor, this is subject line. Hi Yaron, just wanted to follow up on my previous email. Did it get lost in the black hole of your inbox? No worries if you're not interested, but we truly believe EcomXFactor has the potential to become a household name in the e-commerce world. A little rebranding magic could be a catalyst for that growth. Let's chat. And the second email, the third email basically is the well-researched with an invitation to a video. Hi Yaron, I hope this email finds you well. I understand you're busy, but I want to circle back to our conversation about rebranding EcomXFactor. We've been delving deeper into e-commerce. Okay, this is like an invitation to share some relevant data. Okay. Would you be open to watching it? It's only long, and we promise it's okay. Yeah. I don't really like this one. It was kind of boring, but probably I could have adjusted the prompt. I think we will start concluding, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video, which is might be a bit of a mouthful and slightly slower than other ones. I'm not sure if I want to share with you another research that I did about go-to-market strategies and growth hacking opportunities for Bootstrap AI coding assistance. I did like a competitive analysis, a SWOT analysis, pastel analysis, macro and micro analysis. As you can see here, it researched 67 websites. I don't think I will share it with you. It's already becoming a very long video. If you stuck with me until here, I hope that you enjoyed it. Anyway, I would appreciate your criticism and feedback. Leave it in the comment section below. I guess that's it. Obviously, like and subscribe. And until next time, keep on automating.